I would like to welcome you to this evening on behalf of the Institute for Preservation of Art and Culture. First of all, for those who came very early, exactly on time, apologies for the delay. We were waiting for a few people, and hopefully the next event will be on time. We would like to thank the people at Kuch Khaas for helping us a lot. Taimur is here, she's helped us a lot throughout and with the previous events as well. Before starting, Nabila Ijaz, thank you very much as well. Shan Wazal is not here. Today, first, since it's the first event of the series, so we'll talk a bit about classical music as well. We see a lot of youngsters, and that's what we want. We want to reintroduce our cultural heritage to the younger generation who is slightly disconnected with the classical and traditional art forms. So we'll talk briefly about the music. Classical music is not that scary once you listen to a Ustad, so you get a bit, intimidated. You get a bit scared because there's a lot of difficult rags that he's playing. So for beginners, our aim for today's concert is to give you a brief, and we want to explain two basic concepts about a classical composition on a rag, which Taimur will demonstrate and explain. But you don't need to leave without with a lot of experience and knowledge. You just need to understand two basic concepts that we explain to you. The first is that each rag, it has a set of fixed rules. So what we want to explain is that whatever they're playing, they will be improvising 95% of the time, and they will come back to that fixed composition over and over again. It's the same with the Sarangi, it's the same with the Tabla. So all you need to know is just to identify within their playing that circle that they're going to repeat over and over again. So without any further delay, let me just introduce our artists for today. Dr. Taimur Khan is on Sarangi. So Taimur bhai, please. Accompanying him on Tabla is Ustad Ajmal.
Okay, first of all, the best way to explain this sort of music is to compare it to Western music, Western classical, the whole Western tradition, whether it be pop, rock or classical. And how is it different from that? One very basic difference that people usually come up with is that in Western music we have harmonies, like several melodies playing together, there are chords playing, several notes, several instruments playing together, then there's a counterpoint melody, maybe a guitar solo, depending on what style of music it is. And the point is to basically arrange all these different instruments and melodies and bring them together into a whole, and that makes a concerto or a symphony or a pop rock song. In classical music, traditionally, there's only one artist who's a vocalist or an instrumentalist, and there's a percussion player, which used to be Kuch now it's Tabla, typically. And what we have is basically just this one instrument, and the melody, the single melody going on is the most important, and there's been a lot of emphasis on, they take a certain melodic idea and then play around with it, and there's a lot of emphasis on how many different ways you can approach a certain note. Okay, what is a rag? A rag that you play, it's basically, I would say simply, it's a little more than a scale. Because a scale is, certain notes, flat, sharp, whatever, major, minor, and one can create any melody in that. A rag is basically a set of melodic ideas within a scale. There's a given scale, sa re ga ma pa da ni sa, and then the rag has melodic ideas like, okay, when you're ascending the scale, skip the ga, skip the da, play only pa and ni and sa, and when you come back, play all the notes. Yeah, this is basically it. I'll just say something about the instrument. Matt told you basically it's played with the cuticle of the nail, and the skin also touches, so it has this strange approach, because all the other instruments, even like the flute and the piano and all stringed instruments, the violin and the guitar, they're all played with the fingertips. So you press the string, and in this the string is pressed but with the cuticle of the nail from the side. It hurts a little initially. If you practice too much, the nails get cut. But the thing is, it somehow brings out this strange dynamic which is not there in other instruments. It's just because of this technique, which is quite counterintuitive and painful initially and all that. Okay, so I'll be playing Rag Jai Javanti. I won't go into the details of ascent, descent and all that, because that's too basic, and it's also misleading in some ways, because once you start playing the rag, all of that is left behind. So I'll start with an alap. Again, I'll play with a slow tempo 14 tal, and then I'll move on to for